Okay then guys, what is going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're inside of Saints Row. Now today we have got some very interesting vehicles for you guys to get your hands on, one including this funky party bus, and we've also got a very, well, strange looking vehicle indeed, and that is this bad boy right here, which is the Doom Buggy Bathtub. This thing looks amazing, and actually you guys can get your hands on these and make these things very easily indeed. So we're going to show you exactly how to do it today. Starting off with the bus though, we are going to be heading over to this location. You'll see we are at a bus stop, and this is almost a bit like a coach away, and this is where you guys are going to be able to find these very gorgeous buses that you're going to be converting today. Here at the top of the map inside of Saints Row is where you are going to want to head, exactly where we are just here. Now once you do get hold of them, you will find that there is always 2 buses that spawn minimum. There will be some other things there as well, but these things are absolutely nutty. It will not be the party bus when you first start out, and you will have to head down towards your garage to get these things converted over, but it's actually really damn cheap to actually make this thing. We're going to show you guys exactly the main changes you can make towards this bus, which is surprisingly a lot more than you'd think, and this thing is an absolute destruction monster. Once it gets into your garage, you can't really see a lot, but we do have a very sleek black and silver preset that you guys can put on your main tour bus. If you want to go ahead and do that, then you can be my guest. It is completely free of charge, and you just bang that preset on and go ahead with it. Although the paint combinations are actually pretty damn nutty. As you all know, we can make those alterations towards our tires, and there are some really deep alterations that you guys can utilize, such as a lot of the glowing rims, which really work quite well on the side of this bus, especially if you're going for that more alienized party bus that we're going to be making just here today. Next up, if you go ahead and utilize the size of the tires, you will also notice that you can make these things as big and bold as you bloody want to. The customizations on this bus though do not just tread there. We do have quite a lot, although body mods is not one of them, but the paint alterations is, as you would expect it to be, quite damn nice indeed. You can change the main body color paints and make it exactly what you want, so we're going to go ahead and go for the greenish colors here, and you can make those alterations across numerous different trim points, as you can see that we're making on screen right now. The amount that you can actually do with this is obviously relatively limited as to what it is that you can actually alter. We can obviously change up the interiors as well, although some of the best parts are the decals. The decal changes, obviously we've got the standardized gradients that you guys can work around, or we have got the standard work decal. On top of that, we have got all of these funky looking ones right here, which is where we managed to find the utilization for the main party bus that we're using today. And there are loads of different variations that you guys can slam on that bus for you guys to really give yourselves a bit of a push when it comes to this vehicle. Now this vehicle is an absolute tank, and when I say an absolute tank, I would like to say borderline indestructible, and as you can see on screen, it does take up quite a bit of the screen, but this thing does just literally smash through absolutely anything it comes up against. Not only that, but as far as a visual look, this thing looks absolutely tremendous. I'm sure you'll agree. But you can see right here, as we go through cars, you will just absolutely demolish absolutely everything that you come up against. This is quite good for setting off like rampages and stuff like that, and or even if you just want to cause a load of damage, this is definitely a vehicle you do not want to undermiss. Don't sleep on it, although it is a coach, so I mean you probably could, but this is probably one of the more enjoyable ones for me personally. Next up, we have got the off-road bathtub, and this is located just here on the eastern side of the Saints Row map. Now this is going to be quite off-road, so I don't know why I brought the vehicle I'm actually using, because this is definitely not an off-road vehicle, although if you want to use a helicopter with the magnetized piece, then you can just go ahead and pick it up and take it back down to your main safe house or something along those lines. But if not, then you just want to head on over towards that main location, and once you do get to this area right here, which will be sort of like a brew house, you will find that in the backyard start of it, we have got a very nice bathtub that we can convert into an off-road tubster. This thing looks absolutely hilarious, and you may have walked past it once or twice. The main reason being is because, well, it looks like a bathtub, but irrelevant to it, this thing is not what you think it will be. This is actually just a converted go-kart. We obviously have go-karts inside of the game, and this is just converted into a preset. As you can see here, you can turn it straight back into a go-kart, although you will lose the bathtub. But there is so much that you guys can do with this thing, and you can make it into, well, pretty much absolutely anything you want. And it does have some really funny conversions that you can give it, such as like off-road mechanics and stuff like that. When we look at the main shape of this though, you can see after you pay attention a little bit more, it's definitely just a go-kart. And once you obviously take those out, I don't see the reversion for making it a bathtub again. So again, third time lucky, make sure that you are very, very careful with actually altering these out and taking the bathtub off, because I don't know if you can get it back on. Relevant to it, we have got side panels and all of that good jazz that you can make the alterations to with regards to the bodywork, and there are some really, really funky things that we're going to show you guys right now. So with the tires, as most of them, you can obviously add the glowing tires and the glowing wheels and alloys and all that good stuff that you want to add. You can also obviously change the profiling of the wheels as well. On top of that though, we have obviously got a absolute shed ton of rims. You can make some really funky styles using a lot of the stuff that are available for the bathtub go-kart. A lot of the things are obviously available in the standard go-kart, but this one in particular is probably one of my favorites. Now, once you've actually altered all of the stuff you want to alter, you can obviously add on some really funky pieces of equipment, such as the off-road kit. You can see here for just 7 grand, you can ping that on and make this little bathtub an absolute road roller. This is probably one of my more favorite vehicles that we've got available at the moment, and I've had a hell of a lot of fun, mainly because you can just roll over absolutely anything that you want to on side of this thing, and it just won't damage it. It's brilliant. But that's what we got time for today. There are 2 vehicles that I really recommend you guys going ahead and grabbing just for the pure entertainment value of it. There's so much you can do inside of this game, and we've got just the bottom of the peak for this. There is going to be so many more vehicles we've got coming, and so many more weapons that we can show you guys here in Saints Row. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on for the off-road bubble baffer and the giant party bus. It's just been an absolute freaking laugh making these things. But thanks again for watching, appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.